Last time I talked to him was on wetlands stuff.
Can I give you a call tomorrow?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Lincoln County Courthouse.
I'll keep you updated.
This joint meeting of the Lincoln County Planning Commission and the City of Sioux Falls Planning Commission will begin with a few remarks. This meeting is being streamed live, and when adjourned, it will be posted and available at any time at lincolncountysd.org. The events tonight will be as follows. For each public hearing, staff will introduce the agenda item and present a summary of the staff report. The applicant will then be asked to explain their proposal further detail and answer any questions from the Planning Commission and the City Planning Commission. I will then open the floor to public comment, first in persons support of the application, and then persons in opposition of the application. When you step up to the podium, please state your name, address, and speak clearly into the microphone. Please limit your comments to less than 5 minutes. Thank you for your cooperation. All right, this County Planning Commission and City Planning Commission will first do roll call. County Commissioners, please say your name for the record.
Commissioner Sweeter.
Commissioner Boots.
Commissioner Green?
And Commissioner Jungling is always here, also here.
He's always here.
On the city side.
City of Sioux Falls?
It's a bold statement. Commissioner Nyberg here.
Commissioner Mullally.
Commissioner Gray.
And Commissioner Nisus.
All right, thank you. I'll ask for a motion from the County Planning Commission to approve the city minutes.
So moved, Boots.
Second, Green.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll take a voice call. Where's my name? Sorry, I wasn't ready here. All right, Commissioner Sweeter?
Yes.
Commissioner Boots?
Yes.
Commissioner Green?
Yes.
Commissioner Jungling is also a yes. City of Sioux Falls?
I'll look for commissioner action on approval of the minutes.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, same sign. Approved on the city side.
All right, those have been approved. Now we'll look for approval of the meeting agenda. Mr. Brown, are any changes to the agenda?
No changes, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. I'll ask for a motion from the County Planning Commission to approve the agenda.
So move, Green.
Second, Sweeter.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll take a roll call. Commissioner Sweeter?
Yes.
Commissioner Boots?
Yes.
Commissioner Green?
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt?
Yes.
Commissioner Jung is also a yes. City of Sioux Falls?
We got commissioner action on approval of the agenda for tonight.
Slammed it on.
Motion to approve.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, same sign. Approves on the city side.
All right, thank you, everybody. Our next item is a public input for non-agenda items. I'll ask anybody come forward with any input they want on non-agenda items. Seeing none, I'll close the floor. And we'll go for item number one, Commissioner Brown, or Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Toby Brown representing County Planning. This first item before you this evening is a conditional use permit for an oversized accessory building. As you're aware in the joint zoning ordinance or the joint zoning regulations, any accessory building cumulatively or at one time that exceeds 1,200 square feet on a property does require a conditional use permit. This property is zoned A1 agricultural, but is within a subdivision of more than 4 lots, and so it does trigger that requirement. This evening, Mr. Breitenstein is requesting a conditional use permit for 2,223 total square feet or cumulative square feet on the property. The building he's proposing to build to get to that is approximately 528 square feet. So subject property is approximately 6,000 feet to the south of the City of Sioux Falls corporate limits. The subject property, as I mentioned before, is zoned A1 agricultural, as is all surrounding properties. Subject property is within what I'll call a developed subdivision. This developed subdivision has been in place since the 1970s. There's quite a few properties. As you can see on the aerial photo, just to the east of this property, adjacent to this property, there is an existing accessory building that does exceed 1,200 square feet within that area. As you can see, this property is adjacent to Highway 11. It is direct access off of State Highway 11. So the applicant did submit an application to the office, again proposing to build a 528 square foot accessory building, as shown to be just to the north of the single family dwelling on the property. There is quite a bit of established tree belt on the property, so there's some existing built-in screening. But again, that is not a requirement of the joint zoning regulations. We just tend to look at those things, see if there's any concerns. So with the application, staff did post the property. As of this public hearing, staff has received no comments or questions regarding the proposed application. As you can see, the requirement that within the zoning regulations that it can't be used for any other than a residential type accessory storage structure. No businesses can be operated at. And generally the size of this structure, staff does feel this will generally be used for personal use or personal storage. I don't have any concerns with that. Did have some discussions with city staff. I know that it's come up in previous joint planning commission meetings that the concern is this going to be consistent with the regulations once it would be potentially annexed into the city? So did have some discussions with staff, and they did do some comments that we did provide to you. But essentially that this would be in conformance with city standards. So along with staff's, county staff's recommendation as far as the zoning parts of it, we do concur, or city staff does concur that this will be in conformance with city standards upon annexation, if that would potentially be down the road. So staff has had discussions with the applicant, don't have any concerns with it meeting conditions that are requirements. So staff does recommend approval to allow 2,223 square feet of cumulative storage on the property with the 5 conditions that were listed in the staff report. And again, these are the standard conditions that we've attached to all oversized accessory building conditional use permits. With that, we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have for staff at this time. Otherwise, Mr. Chair, the applicant is in attendance this evening. So.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Any questions from the city or county for staff?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Toby, just a question, not so much about this item, but more in general as it relates to condition number 2 with can't do it for commercial purposes or commercial storage. What sort of enforcement do we have or inspection do we have? I mean, and do you wait if a neighbor calls in and complains and sees some, then do you go out and inspect? Just curious, how does that condition get enforced?
Yeah, great question. So we have approximately, I'm going to say 2,700 conditional use permits active in the county. We try to do inspections with at least a quarter of those every year. So I'm not going to say we inspect everyone every year, but we do have a goal of making sure that, and typically with these new ones, we try to do within a year, just do a quick inspection to make sure that everybody's understanding it. But we much like the city, we're on a complaint basis though. So if we do receive a complaint, we would do more investigation with it and go from that. So, but great question. So,
Thank you. Yeah,
yep.
Perfect.
All right, Commissioners, any further questions for staff?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. All right, at this time, I'll ask the applicant to come forward and discuss her application in more detail.
Dennis Breitenstein, do I need to give my address and stuff?
Yes, please, for the record. Yep.
26986 SD Highway 11, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 57108.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is for my wife's outdoor furniture and stuff like that. She has too much. I have to hide it so nobody can see it.
Are you
During
sure?
the wintertime.
Are you sure it's big enough?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Commissioners, any questions for the applicant? See you none. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the approval. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I will ask for anybody to speak in favor of the application. Seeing none, I'll ask anybody in opposition to speak on the application. Seeing none, I'll close the floor to public input, and I'll ask for a motion from the county. Or let's do this, as group discussion. Any discussion before we ask for motions?
We already know your feeling on external storage sheds, so that's.
All right, with that,
I will be in favor of the
I'll
application.
ask for a motion from the county.
So moved, Green, with the 5 conditions as listed in the staff report.
Second, Boots.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the county? Seeing none, I'll do roll call. Commissioner Sweeter,
Yes.
Commissioner Boots,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt,
Yes.
Commissioner Jungling is also a yes. City of Sioux Falls?
City Sioux Falls, I'll look for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve with the 5 stated conditions.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, same sign. Passes on the city side.
All right, thank you, everybody. That passes, and you know I like garages, so they're good.
Your wife's got her she shed.
All right, now we have consideration of any unfinished business. Mr. Brown, any unfinished business?
None, Mr. Chair.
All right, consideration of new business. Any new business?
None, Mr. Chair.
All right, if we are good, I'll ask for a motion from the county for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn, Boots.
Second, Sweeter.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All against? City?
City, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Personal comment, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
You mind I risked my illustrious driving record getting here for a few minutes. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Gee.
We'll finish the motion. All those in favor of adjourning?
Aye. Yes.
Yes. Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned on the city side.
All right, thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for your time.
Well, my.
Hope you didn't.